Hello everyone. How is your day going, guys? Let's join to the today live session. Yeah, I want to know from every person where are you from watching the suffering, guys. Let's join me, guys, and you should have to write your name in the chat, guys, and share your thoughts, and you have to make yeah, you have to make your fun on there, and to be entertained on my live. Let's and the today is the yeah, I have forget. Oh yeah, today is the Wednesday, guys. Yeah, today is the Wednesday. So happy Wednesday to every single person, and to make yourself a joyful on a Wednesday. So 18 people is right now watching my screen. Yeah, guys, every single person, you should have to write your name in the chat, guys, making the like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, guys, every person to encourage the likes, guys. Don't forget to making encouraging the likes. Unless our first member is Harry. How are you, Harry? Thank you so much for your joining to stream, dear Harry. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Harry. How are you, Harry? Thank you so much for your joining. Hi, Katia. How are you, dear Katia? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Katia. Thank you so much for your joining, Katie. Thank you so much for your joining, Katie. How are you, Katie? Thank you so much for your joining. Making the like, guys. Thank you so much for your joining, Polane. How are you, dear Polane? How are you, Polane? Thank you so much for your joining my live session, my dear. A lot of love and respect for you joining to a city. Thank you so much, Emma. How are you, dear Emma? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Emma. A lot of love and respect for you joining, dear Emma. Thank you. Thank you so much for your joining. Alpha, how are you, Alpha? Thank you so much for your joining. How are you, dear Alpha? Laura, how are you, dear Laura? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Laura. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Yeah, guys, to encourage the likes, you should have to write your name in the chat, guys. Asa, how are you, dear Asa? Thank you so much for your joining. How are you, Asa? Thank you so much for your joining. Emily, how are you, dear Emily? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Emily. Iqbal, how are you, Iqbal? How are you, dear Iqbal? Thank you so much for your joining to assist your ring. Ken, how are you, dear Kenan? How are you, Kenan? Thank you so much for your joining there. Every single person, don't forget to encouraging the likes, guys. Tapping on the screen to encourage the likes. Yeah, if you wanna and could do a super chat, click on the money icon to do the super chat. If you wanna can send the jewels, you should have to send the jewel for my support. Carson, how are you, Carson? Thank you so much for your joining there, Carson. Advana, how are you, Advana? Thank you so much for your joining, Advania. How are you, Advania? Thank you so much for your joining. Hurry up, guys. Adril, please send it. Hi, Adril. How are you, Adril? Adril, can you do the super chat, my dear Adril? Thank you so much, Pretty, for joining my stream, dear Pretty Adril. How are you, dear? Thank you so much. Adril, if someone has to do a super chat, I will have to make the more. Yeah, collect on the money icon, collect on the money icon to do a super chat. If you want to do a super chat, I will give you the blue title of my screen. Yeah, you will be got the blue title of my screen. Worried, how are you, worried? Thank you so much, worried. Mia, how are you, Mia? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Mia. Laura, Cherry, Laura. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Laura. Yeah, if you wanna do, yeah, thank you so much. If you have to do the super chat, you will be get the blue title of my screen. I will also have to subscribe your channel. Yeah, I will also have to subscribe your channel. Nori, how are you, Nori? You make a super chat. You make a super chat, I will have to subscribe your channel, and also I will be give you the blue title of my screen. Noe, how are you, Noe? Rose, how are you, Rose? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Rose. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Rose. Thank you. Samoni, how are you, dear Samoni? A lot of love and respect for your joining, Samoni. How are you, Samoni? Thank you so much for your joining. Lamb, how are you, dear Lamb? Thank you so much for your joining, Lamb. Please, guys, do the super chat. Jeon Gen, how are you, Jeon Gen? Thank you so much for your joining. Assad, how are you, dear Assad? The Lego, thank you so much for your joining. Dulcie, how are you, Dulcie? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Dulcie. Matthew, how are you, dear Matthew? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Matthew. How are you, Matthew? Thank you so much for your joining. Lamb, how are you, dear Lamb? A lot of love and respect for your joining. Hazel, how are you, dear Hazel? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Hazel. Sarah, how are you, pretty Sarah? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Sarah. Simone, I have to write your name, my dear, please. Simone. Thank you, Simon. Mavi, how are you, Mavi? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Mavi. Hurry up, guys. Samuel, how are you, pretty Samuel? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Samuel. How are you, dear Samuel? Thank you so much for your joining. Felix, how are you, dear Felix? A lot of love and respect for your joining. Hi, Irene. How are you, Irene? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Irene. A lot of love and respect. Antonia, how are you, Antonia? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Antonia. Thanks for commenting on my share. So welcome there. Sarah, hurry up, guys. Hurry up. Nala, hurry, dear Nala. How are you, Nala? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Nala. Please, guys, do the support chat, guys. Please do. If you have to do the support chat, I will to give you the blue title of my screen. I will also have to subscribe your channel. Yeah. Antonia, I write you. Can you please do? Yeah, Charlie. Why not, dear Charlie? How are you, dear Charlie? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Charlie. How are you, Charlie? Thank you so much for joining my stream, dear Charlie. Banin, how are you, Banin? Thank you so much for your joining. Nicole, how are you, dear Nicole? Thank you so much for your joining, Nicole. Hurry up, guys, to do a super chat, guys, and send the laughing disco. Bagel, hurry, Bagel. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Bagel. Sayogmin, how are you, Sayogmin? Thank you so much for your joining. Elsa, how are you, dear Elsa? How are you, Elsa? Thank you so much for your joining. Follow, how are you, Follow? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Follow. Helene, how are you, Helene? Thank you so much for your joining, Helene. Hurry up, guys. Please write my favorite YouTuber name. What's your favorite YouTuber? Who is your favorite YouTuber, dear? Thank you. Welcome, dear. Welcome. Taroline, how are you, Taroline? How are you, Taroline? Guys, do the super chat. Guys, do the super chat for the appreciation. And Taroline, I write your name there. And send the laughing disco. Yeah. Johan, how are you, Johan? Thank you so much for your joining. Make a small donation, guys. Ghana, how are you, dear Ghana? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Ghana. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Tar, how are you, Tar? Thank you so much for your joining. Johnny, how are you, dear? Johnny, I read your name. Sorry, yeah. Chocolate, how are you, Chocolate? Thank you so much for your joining, Chocolate. Hurry up, guys. Fidelia, hurry up, pretty Fidelia. Hurry up, Fidelia. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Fidelia. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Maria, how are you, dear Maria? Thank you so much for your joining, Maria. And Lee Felix, how are you, Lee Felix? How are you, Felix? Thank you so much for your joining, Felix. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Elsa, how are you, dear Elsa? Thank you so much for your joining there. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. Do a super chat. If you want to do a super chat, you will be get the blue title of my screen. You will be get the permanently blue title of my screen, guys. Thank you so much for your joining, guys. Variety, how are you, Variety? Thank you so much for your joining there, Variety. How are you, Variety? Thank you so much for your joining, Davy. How are you, dear Davy? A lot of love and respect for your joining. Thank you so much for your joining. Kako, how are you, Kako? Thank you so much for your joining. Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat, making the like and subscribing to the channel. Em, how are you, dear Em? Thank you so much for your joining, Em. To write your name, guys. David, how are you, dear David? A lot of love and respect for your joining. Em, I write your name, my dear. Hurry up, guys, making the like and subscribing to the channel. Taroline, how are you, Taroline? Thank you so much for your joining, Taroline. A lot of love and respect for your joining, dear Taroline. Redham, how are you, Redham? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Redham. Santiago, how are you, Santiago? Thank you so much for your joining, Santiago. How are you, Santiago? Please, guys, do the super chat, guys. Jamiri, how are you, Jamiri? Thank you so much for your joining, Jamiri. Andrea, how are you, Andrea? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Andrea. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Natalie, how are you, Natalie? How are you, Natalie? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Natalie. Amanda, how are you, dear Amanda? How are you, Amanda? How are you, my dear? Thank you so much for your joining my stream. Kim, how are you, dear Kim? Thank you, Kim, for joining my stream. Madison, how are you, dear Madison? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Madison. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Adria, how are you, Adria? Thank you so much for your joining. Abigail, how are you, Abigail? Thank you so much for your joining, Abigail. How are you, Abigail? Andrea, I write your name, there. Amira, how are you, Amira? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Amira. Hurry up, guys, making the like and subscribing to the channel. Tommy, how are you, dear Tommy? How are you, Tommy? Thank you so much for your joining, Tommy. Thank you for joining. Arsene, how are you, Arsene? Lekshe, how are you, Lekshe? Odi, how are you, Odi? Thank you so much for your joining. Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat, guys. McGall, hurry, McGall. Anybody can do the super chat, guys. Yeah, guys, anybody can do the super chat. Leah, hurry, dear Leah. Bintang, hurry, Bintang. Thank you so much for your joining. Added, hurry, added. Thank you so much for your joining. Asia, how are you, dear Asia? How are you, Asia? Anora, how are you, Anor? Sophia, how are you, Sophia? Ricardo, how are you, Ricardo? Thank you so much for your joining, Ricardo. Aaron, how are you, Aaron? Simon, how are you, Simon? Dipson, how are you, Dipson? Please, guys, anybody can do the super chat or send the laughing disco. Charlady, how are you, Charlady? Ariane, how are you, Ariane? Thank you so much for your joining. Encolari, how are you, Encolari? Dipson, Arajan, my dear. Daisy, how are you, Daisy? Anna, how are you, Anna? Alicia, how are you, Alicia? Harper, how are you, Harper? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Harper. Please, guys, everybody to do a super chat and send the laughing disco. Rifo, how are you, Rifo? Please, guys, do a super chat. Lara, how are you, Lara? Sonapila. Redo, how are you, Redo? Carlene, how are you, Carlene? Penelope, how are you, Penelope? Harshaver, how are you, Harshaver? Please, guys, do a super chat and send a laughing disco. Nadira, how are you, Nadira? Carlene, I write your name there. Please, guys, to do a super chat and also to send a laughing disco. Menu, how are you, Menu? Alice, how are you, Alice? Leona, how are you, Leona? MGK, please guys do the super chat for the support, for the appreciation guys. Yeah. Del Monstero, Delmonstero, how are you Delmonstero? Goma, how are you Goma? Ellen, how are you Ellen? Asterano, how are you Asterano? Mukesi, how are you Mukesi? Moke, how are you Moke? Yona, how are you dear Yona? Please guys encourage the likes and do the super chat guys. Balu, hurry Balu. 6-7, can you send us 6-7? Anybody can send us 6-7? Anna, how are you Anna? Preston, how are you Preston? Thank you so much for joining Preston. Please guys do the super chat and also send the laughing disco guys. Misha, how are you pretty Misha? Encourage the likes guys, do the super chat and encourage the likes. Axelara, how are you Axelara? Tammy, how are you Tammy? Daroge, how are you Daroge? Sal, how are you Sally? Carlan, how are you Carlan? Yuri, how are you Yuri? To do a super chat guys and also Johnny, how are you Johnny? To do the super chat for skipping the line guys. Eloisa, how are you Eloisa? Berge, how are you Berge? Please guys to do a donation for the today's cittering guys. Unseely, how are you Unseely? Rose, how are you Rose? How is your day going Rose? Mefan, how are you dear Mefan? How are you Mefan? Yeah guys, drop the flag of your country. Where are you from watching the suffering guys? You are all very respectable for me guys. Amira, how are you Amira? Jesus, how are you, Jesus? Welcome, Asma. Asma sister, can you do a donation? Leoran, how are you, Leoran? Thank you so much for your joining. Baran, how are you, Baran? Thank you so much for watching from Turkey. Hannum, how are you, Hannum? Leoran, how are you, Leoran? Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat, guys. Making a like and subscribing to channel. Rana, how are you, Rana? AJ, how are you, AJ? Malu, how are you, Malu? Maggie, how are you, Maggie? Yes, I have already Tarling. Dana, how are you, Dana? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Please, guys, do the super chat, guys. Tarling. Mila, please, guys, do the super chat. Dania, how are you, Dania? Adali, how are you, Adali? Hannah, how are you, dear Hannah?